Okay. Good morning, Trisha.
Good morning, Maxine.
Welcome, everybody.
Sorry about oversleeping again.
Yeah, I figured you were probably dead. You're never late. And you are living in the house now with a strange man that I don't know anything about named Ernie.
He's not strange. Yeah, yes.
Yes, he is. No, I don't know anything about him. He seems like a nice guy. So he probably didn't kill you. But you never know. Well, now I know that he
Don't give
didn't.
him any ideas.
Yeah, I don't know about tomorrow. I don't think he's going to kill you while you're feeding him.
Oh, he's actually buying the food.
Well, who's cooking it?
He is.
I would keep him around then. I mean, that's, send him over here. He can come here when he's done with you.
Okay, I'll do that.
I
We
need
actually both buy food, but he bought
Well,
more.
I need somebody to come here, buy the food, wear an apron, and cook me dinner. I have no place for him to sleep, but he can go home.
Just come over and cook.
Yeah, he can come over and he could clean and cook and shop.
And he does clean. He does clean too.
Oh, then definitely send him over. Ernie!
He can't hear you. He's down in the dungeon.
All right. Yeah, he wants a guest star on our show. Maybe we'll bring him in tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking on the weekend because he doesn't work on Sunday.
Yeah, and we don't do shows on Sunday, so that's good.
Okay, we'll bring him in on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, he wants to be a guest star, so we'll let him be a guest star.
Okay.
We can always delete the episode. We should start having guest stars. I should start calling some of the people that I used to know in my young days when I was young and dumb and pretty.
Okay, let's call Elton John.
Oh, I can call him if he hasn't changed. Yeah, if he hasn't changed his phone number.
Is he alive?
He won't answer. Yes, I see him all the time. He's on TV all the time.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people that no longer exist that are on.
He's like Cher. He pops up all over the place.
I guess I don't watch TV.
No, you don't. You don't know anybody.
Do you remember his phone number? Let's call it.
What?
Where's his? You remember his phone number? Let's call it.
It was 915-487-6214-3122.
I think your memory is wrong.
Never. I'm bad with numbers.
You won't remember. Elton wouldn't remember giving you your that solo performance or anything? Or?
No, because he didn't know I was there.
He really did give you a solo performance?
He gave me one, yeah, but
really?
I was sitting in the. He had like a window seat. I was in the living room with all the lights off.
Uh-huh.
And my boyfriend at the time was his European manager or something. And they were in another room figuring out a contract and signing a contract for Elton. And Elton didn't like that, he didn't like the business end of things. Right. So he came out of the room and I was just sitting in this window seat. What do you call it when they have like a round window and there's a seat? I guess a window seat.
It was like a bay window?
Yeah, it's like a bay window. And I was just sitting there in the dark waiting for my boyfriend to come out. And Elton came in and he just sat down at the piano and he started playing and singing. And so I was like scared to death. I didn't say anything. I was just sitting there. I was like, I don't know. Should I, make noise or tell him I'm here? But I was getting a private concert. So I didn't want to I didn't want to stop him. Yeah, so we didn't have camera phones or anything. So I just quietly sat and enjoyed myself. And when it was done and they came out, then they turned the light on and here I am.
So he figured out you'd been there the whole time.
He didn't care.
Oh, okay.
He really had paid no attention. I mean, I stayed at his house. He didn't even know I was there.
You mean like stayed at night?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because your boyfriend.
Yeah, because my boyfriend, but yeah, I stayed at his house a couple of times, which is very interesting. I'm not going to get into that.
No?
No, because he'll sue me.
You think so, huh?
Let's just say we stayed in a bedroom that was on the main floor. And then upstairs, there was like a landing. And then there were bedrooms. And you would just see people, sneaking
back and forth.
In and out of rooms. I'm not saying who. And it wasn't, I'm not saying anything about you, Elton. You were a perfect gentleman. He was actually a really nice guy. He wasn't a very happy guy, but I think he is now. So I'm happy for him.
He was probably stressed. I mean, there's a lot of stress on you.
Yes, there was a lot of stress on him. And he like everywhere he went, he had like bodyguards and they were all like, basically they were all huge guys. And, I'd see him walking down the street and you can even see him, he'd be in the middle of these guys. But he wasn't happy in his relationships and he wasn't happy being who he was, which I sort of don't understand because he was Elton John even then. That my boyfriend became Queen's manager. So then we were hanging around Queen a lot. And yeah, that was fun, sort of.
But you didn't like people, so how'd that go?
Well, that was the biggest problem was they had a lot of groupies and it was a little scary. So I didn't like that part, and I didn't like I said, I didn't like concerts unless, I was backstage. But yeah, I was really the wrong person to be in the position that I was in.
Yeah.
But I couldn't appreciate it. So I'm too claustrophobic and I'm too afraid of crowds. So that was that. Good thing I didn't go to Woodstock.
I know. I wondered
cringe when I see that on TV.
Oh, really?
Cringe.
Were you invited?
Maybe.
You don't remember?
I remember nothing. I remember nothing, and I only speak the truth as I see it. So yeah, that was, one period of my life. And then it was fun, but it was too much for me, which actually in the end is why we broke up. I broke up with him because I was supposed to go and live in England, and I went. We were going to get married, and I hated England.
Really?
Yes, hated it. And he traveled 6 months out of the year. He was on tour, and I wasn't going to go on tour because that's not for me.
No, you don't like people.
No. And he's busy. It's not like he's sitting around.
Right.
So he was busy. So, oh, you know what? You could put the picture of me. The picture, you have that picture of me with Queen. You can put that on. Where's Moochie? Oh, she's not. She doesn't come till later.
I add Moochie when we're video editing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Where's Moochie? Where's Moochie?
I'm so used to seeing her.
You know what I want to do? I want to do a video, do some editing on Moochie and have her take her little teeny paws and go, or.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Oh, yeah.
When you're talking.
That's really funny. Oh, that would be hysterical. I think you have that picture of me with Queen.
I do.
So you can stick that on here.
Okay, I'll add the picture of you with Queen. But I didn't know who Queen, I mean, like who
Everybody
in the picture
else does, so just go with it.
No, I mean, like in the
everybody knows who they are.
But in the picture that you have, is everybody like one of those people?
Listen, everybody. They made a movie about them.
I know, but like if I put the picture on, is anybody going to sue me, or is it like?
No, because Freddie Mercury is dead. So, and Elton is still alive, and he doesn't care about me. So.
How'd you get the picture?
Oh, I stole it. We were on we went to, in England, we went to they were making an album called The Day at the Races. So we went to supposedly the races, you know,
supposedly?
where they do races. Yeah, because we made believe that we were watching races, but there weren't any. So we were all sitting in the stands, and we were out of there before the races even started.
Oh.
But it was just a publicity thing. So then one day when my boyfriend went to work, he left a thing from he would okay the publicity photos. So all of the publicity photos from a day of at the races were sitting there, and I was going through them, and I didn't like some of them, so I stole them.
Because you didn't like what you look like?
Yeah, I didn't like what I looked like, and I didn't like, there were just things I didn't like. And yeah, so I just took the pictures.
How many stolen pictures do you have?
Oh no, I threw them away. I just had I just kept like a couple. And so I just really have that one. But the funny thing is that they did the movie about Freddie Mercury, which is really pretty accurate. But the movie was about the time that I was around. So I, you know, so I really could tell, like, I didn't even need to see the movies. They did an Elton John movie the same time as they did the Queen movie. So the two movies came out, and they were both the periods of time that I was there. Like in the one they have in the movie about Elton trying to kill himself, I was at his house.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was there.
Were you in the movie?
No, I was wondering who was going to play me, but they cut me out of everything. Even when they published the photos from Queen from the day of the races, I was cut out of the pictures. I wasn't even in them.
I thought you stole them all.
I did. They cut me out of the picture. When they printed the picture to use for publicity.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't in it. So they just started the picture. I was sitting next to Roger Taylor, who's the drummer. Mm-hmm. And I guess the picture started with him. I had one of the newspaper pictures, and you could see how I was cut out, you know, and I had the real picture.
Right.
So
that's funny.
Yeah. And the Elton John one, I had no idea what was going on. I was sitting in his house because my boyfriend was in England. He called me up and asked me to go pick up some papers from somebody and to bring them to the house.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes he would ask me, you know, to bring things over to Elton, to the house. So he called me, he asked me to bring some papers. So I said, okay. And when I would get to the house, they would open the door. They would let me, you know, they would just let me in.
Right.
And, you know, I would do whatever I want. Lay at the pool, you know, whatever. But this time, my girlfriend, her husband, did the album covers. So she was always there, you know, so like I knew people. And so I went to deliver those papers, and the guy who, you know, was like the house guy, he opened the door and they told me to sit in like the entry room or something. One of the rooms, I remember I was just sitting there and I was wondering why. I was wondering what was going on. And I saw people scurrying back and forth in and out of Elton's room. And yeah, there was a whole lot going on. I had no idea what was going on. But what happened was, what they showed was that Elton, I think, tried to drown himself in a pool or something. But what actually happened when I was there was he took a bottle of pills. At least that was what they told me.
All right.
That he had OD'd on the pills. And I think, this is just my opinion, but I think that he was very unhappy and he wanted to change things in his life. And his manager was his boyfriend. So I think he wanted to break up with him. But his manager was a very good manager. So I'm not sure he wanted to split from him. His full-time manager boyfriend was my boyfriend's boss.
Oh.
Yeah. My boyfriend was his European manager. And he under this other guy. And I think he wanted to break up with him as a boyfriend. And I think he didn't want to go on tour. He was tired. And there were things that he wanted. And he just didn't know how to get what he wanted. And I think that was how he did it. Right. You know, he overdosed with pills and he propped himself up on a pillow. And he had each person come in and he told them what he wanted. And then they brought a doctor in. And I think they pumped his stomach. I left by then. When the ambulance showed up, I left.
Right.
But, you know, everything was done quietly. And that's the way I remember it. So.
Am I allowed to post any of that? I mean, is there a reason I can't?
No, you can post that.
Okay.
You just can't post people that I actually know. Those are someone I used to know, but I didn't really know them.
Right.
Funny story is that I was coming home from the mountains. I was visiting a friend who lived in the mountains by LA. Well, in LA. And I was on a highway like a half an hour from, you know, where I lived. Right. Or even more. And I saw on the highway off the road Elton John's limousine broke down.
You saw it there, huh?
Yeah, I saw it and I pulled over and I gave him and his manager, my boyfriend's boss, a ride home.
How'd you know it was his limo?
I saw him.
Oh,
He made me look and I saw him and I pulled over. But yeah, that was random. If you want to put that picture in, the picture's actually on my Facebook site.
Yeah, I have your picture. So.
Oh, you do have it.
Yeah. All right, Max.
Why would I give it to you? You don't even know who they are. You only know me.
I do.
I'm the most famous person you know.
No, my ex-in-law is, remember?
I can't even count 7 people that know me. So I don't know how I wound up with like 70 something friends on my Facebook page. But there's a lot of people that I went to high school with who contacted me that I guess I was friends with. But I guess because of all the drugs and everything, I don't remember anyone.
Maybe we need to have us invite each one to give us to tell you all about.
No, I told you. Did you get this on? You know, the one where I wound up going to lunch with my mother.
We cut it off because they were on your Facebook, so we cut it off. You told me to cut it off
because I named them.
Because they would know who they were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to make anybody mad at me. Yeah, but all these people I shouldn't say it because all the people I went to high school with that contacted me are going to think I'm talking about them.
Yeah, we don't want to. So, Maxine, I would like to, on behalf of Elton John, I would like to thank you for rescuing from the side of the road.
The things I got into, I don't know how. I also had another boyfriend who he and his 2 brothers had a television show called
Stop talking. It's always better the first time you tell me.
Stop talking.
No, it's always better the first time you tell me. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to rehearse and change my words.
Yeah.
Because then I start trying to talk like I'm intellectual. We wouldn't want people to think that.
No.